Hello, guys, and we got some spicy news for you today. First of all, let's talk about XRP and the IPO. Garlinghouse has denied the IPO. There's been speculation, there's always been speculation about the Ripple IPO. And of course, the people at Twitter are the first ones to speculate on it. But Garlinghouse has always denied it. So on January 10th, they did actually do a stock buyback, and they valued the company at 11.3 billion. Now, they have 40 billion XRP. So essentially, if everything else is worth nothing and they just took the Ripple at that value, it would probably be worth like 30 cents. But the thing is, there's two factors that play into that. One, you can't sell them all at the current price because that would bring the price down. And two, like when it IPOs, if it IPOs, it would actually be valued at a lot higher. So you can't really take that valuation and relate it to XRP right now. So the thing is, like, they're doing a stock buyback, valuing the company and all its assets at $11.3 billion. Of course, they've denied the IPO rumors, but David Schwartz did say that Ripple would have already IPO'd by now had they not been incorporated within the United States. Now, that raises all sorts of questions, including some people guessing that they might actually IPO outside the United States, which is a possibility, but I would actually think it's a mistake, as there's a lot of investment money within the United States, and if they IPO outside the United States, they might have a hard time getting US business. Their recent expansions, however, have been in Europe, Africa, and other countries. Now, the use of XRP is still not very commonplace. It was MoneyGram before, but now it is, I think, like Triango now. And they bought about 40% of the company, and the company obviously started using ODL. But the ODL volume, even though Garlinghouse has been saying it's been rising like 125% quarter over quarter for like the last 3 years, is still really not all that relevant. The thing is, like, the article does say the XRP from a finance feed does say that XRP's market capitalization is standing at $30 billion, but the company is only valued at $11.3 billion. So it would actually need to triple that valuation at IPO. And I think realistically in this market, I think it could probably get over a $30 billion valuation if they went IPO. And that would represent a huge, basically return on investment for the shareholders. And they're doing these buybacks to bolster up, obviously, the company's value, but they're denying any IPO rumors. So I think it's possible that they IPO outside the United States, but because they haven't chosen to IPO yet, I think they still want to do it within the States because the States still has more money for them to actually draw on that IPO. And I think it would be valued higher if they actually did it within the States. The US dollar is still like the international currency of trade. And the CEOs at Ripple know that that's going to be the case for quite a long time. So they don't really want to deal with anything else at this moment. Will they IPO? Probably not in 2024 because they still have that whole thing with the SEC. Even though the main part of the case has actually been resolved, there's still that settlement between, like, what's a programmatic sale, what's an institutional sale, and all that other stuff. And because of that, that needs to get resolved before any chance of like ETF or IPO or anything else like that. So most likely not this year, but they might IPO like in 2025 or possibly later. So that's the whole thing with the Ripple IPOing. Although, like I said, it is possible that they IPO outside the United States, and that's where some of the rumors are spreading. I don't quite believe that. Now that the Bitcoin ETF is through, is it Ethereum's turn and its ecosystem to actually time to run up? Because Bitcoin did run up a lot due to the ETF. No, there was not a sell the news moment. And realistically, whether it pumps or not, we'll still have to see tomorrow when the ETF market opens. Bitcoin might actually pump when people actually start buying it. Obviously, sell the news didn't work. It's still at 46.6. And I doubt like Asia's going to wake up and sell the news. In fact, some of Asia's already up. Asia's usually like 13, 14 hours ahead of us. So it's 8, 9 o'clock over there in the morning at the time of the recording of this video. This will probably go out in about 6 or 7 hours. So maybe price will be different then, but we will see tomorrow when they actually come into the market to see, like, if the seed funding for the ETFs have actually covered the people's interest in the ETFs. But the main gainers today were Ethereum and its layer 2s, and Arbitrum, Optimism, and Polygon actually pumped a whole lot, people. And the thing is, like, the Ethereum is going to definitely be the next coin that gets an ETF after Bitcoin, because there's already one submitted. They submitted about 2 months ago, and the final deadline for that one is in May. Ethereum also is the only one that has a futures ETF in the United States, and the Bitcoin futures ETF was one of the main reasons that the court ruled in favor of Grayscale that eventually forced the ETF to actually be passed. So Ethereum has that advantage too. Plus, it is the second biggest coin by far, and there's a lot of financial interest in Ethereum. So I expect it to be passed in May, and I do think a lot of other people expect to be passed in May as well. So there might be a run-up in anticipation of Ethereum ETF. And of course, if there's anticipation of Ethereum and people want Ethereum, they're going to want scaling for Ethereum, and that comes in the form of layer 2, because layer 1 scaling on Ethereum does not really exist. So Ethereum might be getting the same sort of pump that Bitcoin has. And as you can see for today, it's already up to $2,600. So it actually might be Ethereum's turn to go up afterwards. I do believe Bitcoin will continue to pump after the ETF. I do not believe in some kind of like pre-halving sell-off. That sell-off last spring was due to COVID, and we don't really have COVID today. I suppose they could come up with another virus, but I highly doubt it. The rest of the stuff is essentially like working in Ethereum's favor. And there's a lot of investors in Ethereum because it has all the TVL and DeFi money in it. And of course, layer 2 is going to massively benefit from this, because if people are looking for scaling for layer 2, they're going to go to Optimism, Arbitrum, or Polygon. So maybe it's time to buy some of those, either Ethereum or the layer 2s, because I see a lot of value in those in the next 4 years. Logan Paul, the infamous creator of Crypto Zoo, is having to buy back his NFTs. Why? Because it kind of was a scam. And what I mean by kind of was a scam was, to me, it was kind of a scam. So basically, he's announced a buyback program for disgruntled holders of Crypto Zoo NFTs. I think if he fought the lawsuit, he'd probably lose, and he doesn't want to go through that either. So according to Paul, the program will be funded by $2.3 million, which he is personally committing to repurchasing the NFTs at the original purchase price. So you're getting refunded all the money, obviously not adjusted for inflation. These buybacks never adjust for inflation. But at least people are getting their money back. Crypto Zoo obviously went to zero. They didn't really ever develop anything or release anything good. I think there was kind of a thing where Logan Paul didn't pay the developers, and the developers refused to release the code. So obviously these things definitely did not go over well. And I will repeat that I think if you're buying something like a crypto thing off a YouTuber, know that you're basically donating money to that YouTuber. These coins, whether it's Crypto Zoo, Ben Coin, Millionaire Coin, or whatever, I don't think they're ever really going to be worth all that much. And you're essentially just giving money to them. If you're okay with that, go ahead. But if you're not okay with donating money to these people, then don't. When I sold 1 or 2 NFTs several years ago, I told people that these aren't going to be worth anything, just kind of a token that you're buying from me to support me. As long as the creators do that, I'm okay with it. They have to make sure that they're not tricking these their followers that this is some great investment. And of course, all these crypto YouTuber tokens eventually end up this way. And another thing, Coingecko's X accounts have actually been compromised. So you do not want to click on any links that actually point to from emails from Coingecko. So their Twitter account and terminal were briefly compromised on January 10th. They're taking immediate steps to investigate the situation and secure our accounts. Cryptos need crypto ninjas to avoid this stuff. The companies warned that users should not click on any links or engage with any suspicious content. Just until further notice, treat all emails and communications from Coingecko to you as suspicious. So they just posted this on Twitter. Our Twitter accounts, Coingecko and Gecko Terminal, have been compromised. We're taking immediate steps to investigate the situation and secure our accounts. Please do not click on any links or engage in suspicious content. So on January 9th, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission's X account was compromised, with scammers posting a seemingly genuine message from Chair Gary Gensler that the SEC has approved. Sorry, I was reading from the SEC approval thing. But the Coingecko thing, I think several people are probably going to get phished because they're going to use the Coingecko accounts to actually phish other people. So obviously on the approval of the SEC news, there's going to be a lot of phishing stuff sent out because people are really hype. They are like super interested in crypto now. There's going to be a lot of newbies coming into the space, and there's a lot of room for like these fake emails to be sent out by influencers to actually get people to give their money to them. So be careful, especially with Coingecko. They have actually been compromised. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.